Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News for Wednesday, January 8th, 2025. Stand up for your country. Lots going on. This is quite a week. President Trump has appealed to the Supreme Court to stop the hush money sentencing in New York City set for Friday. So the court's going to hear it. New York City authorities have until 10 a.m. tomorrow to respond. And obviously the ruling from the court has got to be handed down before Friday. So what you have here is states' rights, okay, versus interference with the federal government. You know, the three liberal justices are going to say, no, the court can't interfere with the states. But the other six are going to go, hold it. Precedent says that states can't interfere with the federal government. And there is a transition going on. So I'm going to come down and say that the sentencing will be delayed. That's my prediction. Could be wrong as always. And I don't have any more to tell you about it, but that's where we are, and we will obviously watch it closely. Talking Points Memo is about Mexico versus USA, and this is a very fascinating story. So Mexico is America's enemy. I don't care what they tell you. When you have a country run by drug cartels who are smuggling fentanyl and heroin and everything else in here, killing hundreds of thousands of citizens, they're the enemy. And the government in Mexico City can't control the cartels. Simple as that. I'm not even getting into the 14 million undocumented aliens, that most of whom have come through the southern border. Mexico City won't stop that. Under Biden, this whole thing got out of control. Everybody knows what I just said is true. All right. So Trump comes in and says, look, you're going to stop all of this nonsense, or we're going to slap a 25% tariff on all Mexican goods coming into the USA, which would crush the Mexican economy, put them out of business. All right. So what do they do now? What does Mexico do? It's a new president, Sheila Sheinbaum. All right. And she's a socialist. Doesn't like Trump at all. Been very sympathetic, President Sheinbaum, to migrants, built some facilities for them, lets them come marching up from Guatemala anytime they want. But that's just changed, almost within hours. And it's very underreported. Liberal press doesn't want to report it. So now the Mexican government has changed its policy, has adopted the practice of dispersion and exhaustion. This is unbelievable. All right, the authorities say they're going to let migrants who violate their border in the south, that's Guatemala, exhaust themselves, and then they're going to scoop them up and put them someplace. But they're not going to let them go to Texas and Arizona and New Mexico. So the first group of these migrants got dumped in Acapulco, which used to be the premier resort in Mexico, but is now a dangerous cartel-run city. They dumped the migrants there. Now, all of this is because Trump's coming in. Again, Biden never explained the open border, never explained anything about it. Obrador, the president at the time, allowed the cartels to run wild, do whatever they wanted to do, smuggle drugs in here, smuggle people in here. It's fine. Obrador, no problem with me. And Biden, no problem with me either. And Trump won the election largely because of this. He knows it. Roll the tape.
And when I took it over, it was a mess. Nothing like it is now. This is 10 times worse. I got elected because of the border the first time, and I think I got elected largely because of the border the third time.
So even though he is not president until January 20th, the Mexican policy has already changed just because of the threat of the tariff. Isn't that amazing? Biden could have done that, like, right, boom, and saved hundreds of thousands of lives. But President Biden does not care. Doesn't. And that's a memo. So the House yesterday passed the Laken Riley Act. Laken Riley, the young woman, University of Georgia student who was murdered by a criminal alien. The act was H.R. 29. It passed 264 to 159. 159 Democrats voted against it. So, incredible. 48 Democrats crossed over, vote with Republicans. So what does it say? It basically says that the Department of Homeland Security can detain non-U.S. nationals who have been arrested, not convicted, arrested for burglary, theft, larceny, or shoplifting. Okay? Also allows the states to sue the federal government if the individual states like California do not obey immigration law. Okay, I'm simplifying. You can get it off the screen. So it passed in the House. But remember, 159 Democrats in the House voted against the law. Now, there is a constitutional problem with due process because you don't have to be convicted to be handed over to ICE and detained. You just have to be arrested. I got it. I'm still voting for Laken Riley law. In the Senate, where it goes now, there's going to be another brawl. Now, I think it's going to pass the Senate because the people voting against it are really putting their political careers at risk. I mean, Americans are furious and fed up. Okay, and then Trump will sign it. Now, Laken Riley law gives Homeland Security, Tom Homan, a big advantage to take criminal aliens off the street because they can detain them. They can put them in detention centers for an unlimited amount of time and then deport them or do whatever they want to do with them. That's huge. But it's not what I did, Kate's law, on the O'Reilly factor. Kate's law says, and I'm working it now very hard behind the scenes, and I'll have some information for you. Kate's law says if you are convicted of a crime and you're a foreign national and deported, and you come back, 10 years mandatory prison sentence just for coming back. Kate's law. Need that with Laken Riley law. All right, let's go to the fires. They're out of control. I was there a week ago in the same area these fires are. Pacific Palisades are spreading all over the place. Trump is blaming Newsom, saying that California doesn't clear the brush. I think that's an oversimplification, but certainly California has not done nearly enough to protect its citizenry against natural disasters. We'll have a full report on that tomorrow. Okay? Now, this fire, there are actually 4 fires, and they're all over the place. And it's going to be billions of dollars of damage, 2 dead already, probably more. Firefighters putting their lives at risk. President Biden's out there. I told you yesterday, this is a boondoggle. He flies out there with Jill on Air Force One. That's millions of dollars right there, to give Native Americans some monuments. He can't do that because the winds are so high. And then the fires break out after he lands, so he's staying to buoy the fire departments. Okay, but you never should have gone in the first place because this is a total waste of money. All right, this is taxpayer. Biden cares, he doesn't. All right, so we are following the fire situation, but there's 0 under control now. And it's an incredible amount of damage because this is a very populated area in Los Angeles. And I'm saying to myself, boy, I was right there just 7 days ago. Everything was calm. Let's see what else. This really makes me angry. And I told Hannity about it today on the radio show. We have that posted on BillO'Reilly.com. Joe Biden tomorrow, I don't know how he's going to do this, go to Italy to visit with President Meloni, Prime Minister Meloni, and the Pope. Why? Why? You're out of here. That's going to cost $10 million. Air Force One is $200,000 an hour to operate it. You got to bring Secret Service. He's got motorcade. $10 million trip. Easy, easy. Why? Go after you're out of office on your own dime. Even worse, Kamala Harris going around the world. She leaves January 13th. And she's going to Singapore, Bahrain, Germany. For what? For what? That's going to cost double what the Biden trip's costing. They're grifters. That's what they are. This is taxpayer money. Oh, it makes me so angry. Everybody else is, okay. Hey, folks, let's talk about a serious threat to your home called title fraud. Criminals will just forge one document, file it with the recorder, and just like that, your home's title is stolen. Some even take out loans against your property, all without you knowing. So I urge you to take action with Home Title Lock. Their triple lock protection provides 24/7 monitoring, alerts, and an expert team that will restore your title if fraud happens at no extra cost. Heading into 2025, Home Title Lock is offering an exclusive 25% off their protection plans. Please go to HometitleLock.com. Use promo code BILL25 to get 25% off your subscription and a free title history report to ensure you are not already a victim. That's HometitleLock.com, promo code BILL25. All right, let's go to the mail. Oh, first of all, before that, YouTube address. Last night for my Schumer Biden exposition, awful. This is our channel on YouTube, youtube.com/Bill O'Reilly. It is free. I hope you sign up and you'll enjoy it. And tomorrow we're going to analyze Jimmy Carter, the president and the man. That's what I will be doing on YouTube beginning tomorrow. But check the Schumer thing out. You'll like it. Here's a mail. Jim on the message board. He's a concierge member. We have a lot of new concierge members. Welcome. That is a tremendous investment that you are making in your life. We will protect you as best we can on an individual basis. Concierge membership, BillO'Reilly.com. Jim says, Bill, your research experience, insight with history make you a most valuable resource to the citizens of our country. Thank you for your dedication. Well, Jim, look, at this point in my life, I'm doing it for you, not doing it for me. Okay, I could retire tomorrow and I can play pickleball all day long, ride around in a golf cart at the villages and go, parties on. But, I think I have a responsibility here. Frank Villa, Jacksonville, Florida. Bill, your commentaries are the best. I'm happy to hear that you like what Trump is doing. I'm puzzled and concerned about the tariff situation with Canada. I have a small business and we buy our products in Canada. What exactly is behind this? The United States sends Canada $200 billion a year, and we can't afford it. And when I say sends, that means the trade imbalance and various projects we fund. Can't do that anymore. Can't. So that's what this is all about, Frank. I expect it will be worked out. Cheryl Barkley, Reading, Pennsylvania. Will President Trump be able to pardon Rudy Giuliani? No. Giuliani's beefs are state and civil. President can only pardon federal crimes. Patrick, concierge member on the message board. Remember, if you are a concierge member, you get a message board where you can interact, give your opinion. It's a lot of fun. One of our main draws. I watched your interview, O'Reilly, and I'm confident that Donald Trump will lead the U.S. into greatness over the next 4 years. Patrick, that's because you want to believe that. Now, nothing wrong with it. Same thing with Hannity on the radio. He's given me the same thing. And I go, well, you want to believe that. You want to believe that Trump is going to be a transcendent president. Nothing wrong with it. But don't let that belief cloud your judgment to what is going to happen. So I'm going to report what's going to happen fairly and honestly. I do believe Donald Trump has a very good chance to be a transcendent president. It's lined up for him. Lorraine, just finished reading Confronting the Presidents. Enjoyed it immensely. I'll be reading it again. Great content. By the way, I know you enjoy educating us about common language. I think you should speak to us about the history of the phrase trumped up. At your command, Lorraine. Okay. The French word trompe means deceive. That's where it came from. French word. But those are the kind of questions I'd like to ask. You know, you want to know something? I'll have it for you. Nate Belcher, Sandpoint, Idaho. Received the entire Killing series for Christmas from my uncle. What a nice uncle there, Nate. I'm not a big reader, but I do enjoy history. I was apprehensive, but after the first chapter of Killing Lincoln, that's the first book, I couldn't put it down. I've already read the first 7 books since Christmas and finishing up the others. You will be the smartest guy in Sandpoint, Idaho when you finish. You can debate anybody about the country and the world. That's a nice gift, right? We still have that bundle on BillO'Reilly.com store. So if you want it, we got it. And we have a special inaugural, by the way. Killing Trump and a mug, Stand Up for Your Country. Together, great price. This is a special inauguration we are having on BillO'Reilly.com. There you go. Randall Priest, Oregon City. We want to thank you for 50 years of giving us honest and truthful reporting. We followed you on Fox. We enjoy your new format. It's like you're sitting with us in our living room every night, informing us of what's happening in the United States and around the world. So I changed the format from The Factor. The Factor, we used to have 5 guests, at least, sometimes 6. Now we only have 1. Because I wanted to make it more personal because we're on social media now, primarily. I mean, we're on television on the 1st. You can see me on News Nation. By the way, I'll be with Cuomo tomorrow, Thursday, because they're doing a special on the fires tonight. And you can see me around. We have distribution on linear television. But primarily, we're on social media. On YouTube is huge. I want to make it personal. You know, and I don't have to answer to stupid television executives any longer. Not all of them are stupid, but a lot of them are. I can do what I want. And this is working in a way nobody ever thought possible. So we appreciate it, Randall. Loyalty is important to me. I'm a loyal guy. All right, we've gone over the specials we have in the store. Word of the day, do not be bellicose. I love that. B-E-L-L-I-C-O-S-E, bellicose. Okay, final thought about Jimmy Carter in a moment. Today's economic climate, very stressful, as you know. But with the Fed finally dropping interest rates, there's no better time to put you and your family in a better financial position. As a homeowner, American Financing can help you free credit card debt by using equity. They've already helped thousands of families just like yours. On average, American Financing saves borrowers more than $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise in the marketplace. Better yet, it costs nothing to find out how much you can save. They are even closing some in as little as 10 days. And if you start today, you may not have to make next month's mortgage payment. There's no better time to turn your situation around. Please call today, 888-462-9557. 888-462-9557, AmericanFinancing.net. Are you worried about the IRS collecting and unsavory tactics by that group? Tax Network USA, the nation's premier tax relief firm, can help you. They've already negotiated more than $1 billion in tax relief for their clients. Their services include penalty forgiveness, hardship programs, which can delay payments until your tax debt expires, and lump sum settlement options through offer in compromise. Whether you owe $10,000 or $10 million, their experts are ready to assist you. Even if you're behind on taxes due to missing records, Tax Network USA can guide you through the process. Tax season long over, and for the IRS, that means it's collection season now. So to schedule a complimentary consultation, please call 800-958-1000 or visit tnusa.com/bill. Don't let the IRS aggressive tactics control you. Take charge of your financial future. Visit tnusa.com/bill today. Okay, final thought of the day. Tomorrow, President Carter will be buried in Washington in a worldwide exposition that is very positive for the USA. You'll see all the living presidents together. I hope a brawl doesn't break out. Biden's got to be back. He's giving a eulogy, and then he's getting on a plane, as I said, to go to Italy for a vacation that we're paying for. Carter would never have done that. And Carter wasn't a grifter. And yes, I am calling Joe Biden a grifter. Just to be clear, I think the man's a grifter. Anyway, Carter was an honest man. Wasn't venal. He was not the nicest guy in the world. Everybody go, oh, Jimmy Carter has a nice and big smile. And nope, little testy. I write about him in a very fair way in Confronting the Presidents. Terrible president, at least. But it wasn't because he was dishonest. He just didn't have the knowledge to run the country. That's all it was. He didn't have it. And he appointed advisors, and then that gets around fast, just like Biden. So the villains overseas took advantage of it. I mean, the mullahs in Iran and Russia invaded Afghanistan on his watch. And I mean, nobody respected him. Nobody feared him. Nobody in the whole entire world. Just like Biden. Nobody fears Biden. And the world got into turbulence. And we paid the price because of the oil embargo and then the gas lines and oil shot up and the economy and inflation. Carter had no idea about macroeconomics. None. And that's why he failed. But he was president. And when a president dies, he should be honored. All presidents. I believe you honor the office. And there's only been 45 men that have held it. This is an extraordinary position. I still can't believe that I'm friends with Donald Trump for 35 years. I mean, I dealt with 8 presidents directly, to some limited extent. Barack Obama the most, because I was helping him with Brother's Keeper, which I still think should be a very big priority of the federal government, to help poor kids with mentors. Boy, that's such a good program. But it never really got to the status it should have because of politics. That's why. And I'll get into that someday. But anyway, it's a good thing that Carter's being honored and eulogized, and we're putting him in a context that's true. He tried his best. He did. He tried. But he didn't succeed. And everybody knows that. Not everybody. The loons don't, but we don't care about that. But Carter's administration, I want you to think about this, led to a revitalization of the entire country. So when Reagan came in, it was dicey. And this is in killing Reagan, because he was almost killed the first few months of his first term. And that really set him back a whole year, right? That assassination attempt. But Reagan would not have been elected if Carter had been a good president. Carter would have won re-election. And Reagan, because Reagan was not that well known, and at that point a little unsteady when he was running against Carter. He waxed him in one of the debates, but Carter's record sunk him, just like Biden's record sunk him. And Reagan then revitalized the whole country in a good way and became an outstanding president. Never would have happened if Carter had been better. And so there's always a reason. If you believe that the United States is a special nation, which I do, and was developed to help the world, I believe that, the ebbs and the flows, bad leads to good. But again, tomorrow, when we honor Jimmy Carter, everybody should be respectful, but I think context is important. I think people need to know what happened during Carter's administration, what happened afterward, and then honor him because of his achievement. He became one of only 45 individuals to hold that office. That's why the Trump thing is so, and I told Trump this, man to man, eye to eye. I said, nobody's ever done what you did. And that's absolutely true. I don't know if it's sunk in yet, the historical aspect of it to Donald Trump. He didn't reply when I said that. He looked at me, but he didn't say anything. I don't know what he could have said, because it's a fact. All right, we're going to cover the Carter situation tomorrow, but we have a lot of other stories we're working on, including one that's very, very disturbing about the state of California and how it is not protecting its people. All right, so thank you for watching and listening to No Spin News. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.